Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. Tonight we're going to be reviewing The Circle. This is a Netflix show that comes on and it's perfect for COVID, honey. COVID friendly because a group of strangers are sequestered to these apartments and they have to actually be popular or be fake via social media. Okay, so you can be a catfish, which means that you can be someone else or you can be yourself. And the object of the game is to be the last person standing for the prize of $100,000. And when I tell y'all last season, I watched this show and it was so freaking good. And if you've ever listened to one of my lives, this is just a side note, they are casting for season 3 and y'all know your girl is definitely going to apply. All right, let's get into it. All right, so first all the people start arriving, okay? So let's talk about the players. First, we have Savannah. She's from LA, works on Capitol Hill as a data analyst, okay? Keep in mind that she's all about data because that strategy is the way that she plays the game. She feels like alliances and friends are important. Does she now? She's single, and so she starts to set up her profile, okay? So the second person to arrive is Jack, who will be playing as Emily. Okay, a 20-year-old sorority student, or 21. Okay, he is 20 years old and he's an astrophysics student. Looking at Jack, honey, it don't look like nothing about him screams astro and physics. It screams I sleep all day and I haven't bathed in 3 days. Just my opinion, okay? He said he's going to play strategically, and that he is. He's playing as a catfish, so he's using his friend Emily's picture, and he's 21 and he's a sorority girl, and he will do anything to win. He said if he has to be known as the shady character of the circle, then that's fine with him. Okay, then we see Bryant. Bryant is so sweet, such a free spirit, 26, and he teaches breath work, honey, how to get your breath up and out and breathe in and breathe out, honey, how to get yourself together. I've never heard of it, but I nicknamed him Jesus Juice. Something about him just screams, all righty then. So we're just gonna go with that, okay? So he said he's going to be the oddball and the odd man out, and he said he wants to spread love and make friends. Then we have my girl Delisa, 32, a stay-at-home mom from the Bronx, and she said that people think she's cocky, but you know, girls can get kind of catty, especially when you're cute. So she decided that she's going to actually be playing the game as a catfish. She's going to be playing as a single father disguised as her husband, Trevor. Okay, because they want the money that you'll win at the end to buy them a house. So she's playing as a single father and trying to play kind of like on their emotions. But quiet as it's kept, they don't really care about her being a single father as far as this game is concerned. So I'm kind of not feeling how she's playing the game, but it's cool. Okay, so a circle chat opens. Okay, so that all the people can chat. Jack/Emily was the first person to talk, and then Jesus Juice said something sweet, but Jack wasn't really feeling it because he felt like Bryant was being a little bit too sweet and he was really playing the game. Okay, Savannah thought that her and Emily could be friends in real life. Okay, now Savannah and Emily, who was played by Jack, Savannah's thinking, okay, you know, I'm thinking we could be friends in real life. She seems pretty cool. Then here comes my girl, Terralisha from Dallas, Texas, honey. Texas in the house, substitute teacher. And she says she's going to use math as her strategy. Basically, she needs the numbers on her side because in this game, it's all about alliances. You have to be the most popular in order to win the game. So she said, look, it's not going to be no kumbaya moments. You know, we're just going to go in there and do what we got to do. Now, my first impression of Terralisha was that she was too cocky and she was extra. But as the episodes progressed past episode 2, I was like, okay, Terralisha, you are who you say you are. Then we see Lee. He's 58 and Arthur, also from Texas. And he's written 39 books as a female catfish. So he was catfishing before catfishing was popular, okay? He says he's going to be using a picture of his friend who is actually a waiter. His name is River, and he's 20 years old. And yeah, I'm going to see how he's going to pull that off because the thing is this. River is not really coming across on screen. The zhuzh of it all is not there. There's no, I don't know. It's just something about River that's not translating when he's playing the game. Then we have Chloe, 21 from Essex. And if you've seen Too Hot to Handle, then you know she was one of the girls on the show. I personally have not watched it. My sister loves that show, but I didn't get a chance to watch it. Then we have Courtney. She's 28. I'm sorry, not she's 28. It's a he. He's 28, an entertainment host that does all things social media. He said people think he's a bitch. I don't like Courtney. He's not my fave. And I'm going to tell you why a little bit later. I mean, he has a personality, but I don't know if I'm just feeling Courtney. So everybody gets acquainted, and now the circle is starting to pop. They start to play the first game, and the game is called Say Who. So they have to listen to a fun fact and look at two pictures and then choose which one they think it's about. Okay, so they play this game, and Trevor is talking too much in the chat because when you're a guy, you don't say that much. But see, Delisha is actually forgetting that she's supposed to be playing a guy. Sometimes when she texts or when she, messages them, she comes off as a female. And then she said, I just want to know, y'all, what's the 411? Honey, what's the 411 ain't been around since Mary J. Blige. Girl, what are you saying? Anyway, everyone settles in, and Bryant and Courtney start private messaging each other. Bryant sent some kind of weird message saying he wants to form an unbreakable bond that will last many lifetimes. Bryant, sit back and chill, honey. Just sit back and chill, because that might be your demise. Emily is also a catfish. Y'all know that's Jack. And so she sets up a girl chat with Chloe. So they start talking about things and talking about, what they're going to do and trying to form alliances. And then all the girls start to get suspicious of Trevor, because they feel like he may be a catfish. Because remember, I told you Delisha is forgetting the fact that she's actually supposed to be a male and not a female. Okay. So as all the girls are in this chat and they're forming like this girl gang alliance, Savannah and Terralisha are both thinking that Trevor may be a catfish. Now, initially, Savannah and Terralisha, they bonded. They were like, wow, you think so too? And so that was one of the things that, they bonded over. Anywho, child, okay. Chloe doesn't want to come off too strong because she doesn't want them to think that she's a threat. Then they get an alert. The players must now rate each other. So the way this goes is the players rate each other from on a scale of 1 to 8. The first and the second, both of those are going to be the influencers, and they will decide who will go home that week. The bottom two are the people who are most likely going home, but the influencers have a chance to save 2 people, okay? In my opinion, the first person I thought was going home was River. Okay, so they rate them from 1 to 7. Savannah and Terralisha are each other's number 1 because, of course, they bonded over Trevor possibly being a catfish. Okay. Courtney and Bryant, they both choose each other as number 1 because they had a little bit of a conversation, but the tables will turn as the episodes progress. Trevor and Savannah, they have a private message. Now, Savannah and Terralisha were bonding. Now, let's not forget that. But then Trevor and Savannah had a little bit of a talk. And so Trevor is trying to bond over being a single dad. And that was a smart move. And I honestly think that Delisha should have played herself. But girls can be catty. So she probably made the right move. Savannah now believes Trevor is who he says he is because they had that little chat. So that was good. Then they get another alert. They get the ratings results. The 2 players with the highest ratings will be the influencers. In 8th place is Bryant, aka Jesus Juice. Okay. 7th place is Emily. 6th place is Chloe. 4th is tied, and that's River and Courtney. 3rd place is Trevor. Terralisha and Savannah are the influencers. Then they get another alert. They announce the influencers in 24 hours. They must decide who will be blocked from the circle. However, they can each save 1 player. The 2 of them choose who will be immune from blocking. Okay. So when they go into the deliberation of it all, Terralisha ended up saving Emily because remember they had a girl chat alliance. Savannah, on the other hand, went against the alliance and saved Trevor based on their little conversation that they had, the little DM. And Trevor better be glad that he DM'd Savannah because had he not, Chloe would have been saved instead of him. In the end, Bryant was eliminated. Okay. As the episode progresses, we're on to episode 2. And River initiates a message to both Terralisha and Savannah to see what happened, you know. So Savannah, little sneaky self, pretends she is so sad. Oh my God, I'm devastated that Bryant got sent home. Okay, girl, no, you're not. Terralisha and Savannah, they have an alliance, but it starts to fall apart, okay, because Terralisha saw what a snake Savannah was being, okay? I want y'all to stay with me. Then all of a sudden, Lance Bass randomly shows up on the scene and decides he's going to be a player. I thought that was so weird. I'm like, why would you have a celebrity? I guess that was to try to throw them off, but it's really not a celebrity. It's actually his assistant, which is even more weird. I don't know. I just thought that was crazy. But anywho, the episodes progress, and so now Bryant is eliminated and Lance Bass's assistant will now be taking his spot. As we're progressing, then they start to play Truth or Dare in another episode. And so the Truth or Dare starts to get real heated. So Savannah and Terralisha are going at each other because Terralisha didn't like the way that Savannah presented herself. Because, you know, Terralisha keep it real, okay? So she went in because the alliance that they had, she went against it. So they're going back and forth and back. Everybody's seeing the tension between the two. And they're thinking like, oh my gosh, they're actually at odds. Okay. So then they get to rate them again after the Truth or Dare game. Now, Terralisha and Savannah are in the bottom two. I did not see that coming. They tried to form an alliance outside of the girl alliance, but it didn't really work in their favor, especially Savannah, because the only people she had on her team were Courtney and I think she thought she had Emily, but really she only had Courtney. River saw right through her, and so did everybody else. So they decided that they were going to eliminate Savannah. And they should have, as they should have. Savannah was a snake. I was hoping that she didn't win. I was hoping that she didn't get too far. I was hoping that, you know, they could progress. Terralisha could progress because she was actually being honest. Savannah had told a whole bunch of lies and flipped the switch and threw Terralisha under the bus and made it seem like she was the one that didn't save Emily or didn't want to save Chloe, when in reality it was Savannah all along. Her spirit was warped, so I'm glad she's gone. Courtney and Savannah were super close, and so Savannah got to meet one of the players who they thought who she thought would actually win the circle, or who she wanted to win, and she chose Courtney. But when she met Courtney, she told him that he should look out for Emily and look out for Terralisha and try to get them out. Courtney is not even forming his own opinions, and instead of him getting to know Terralisha, he decides to take Savannah's word for it. And so now they're on his list. They're on the chopping block as far as he's concerned. I don't know how it's going to play out for the rest of the players. I honestly feel like these are my predictions. We'll just stop it right there. My predictions are that next episode, River will be eliminated. After River, I feel like it's going to be that Lance Bass impersonator, because she's not really bringing any personality into the circle, as well as she's not even a good Lance Bass. Like, they asked her, because, you know, Terralisha's playing the game. Terralisha asked her, why do you think, you know, why would you want to be here? I would think that you would have enough money. Are you going to give this to charity? Her response was, I am going to start a tour, an NSYNC tour with this money. Girl, do you think that these people are dumb enough to think you don't have a promoter behind you or someone backing a tour for NSYNC? If B2K can do it, so can y'all. So, I mean, I don't know why you would say that. And so Trevor, being the smart person that he or she is, they automatically said, you know what? I don't think that that's Lance from NSYNC, but we shall see. As it's going on, they have a little bit more. They're forming more outside alliances. So there are like pocket alliances everywhere. Trevor's only alliance was really with Savannah. So now that she's gone, he's going to have to find someone else. Chloe was a woman of her word, and she kept Terralisha because her and Terralisha had formed an alliance and a bond. And as far as River, he's just out there up the creek without a paddle. So if I had to predict who will be going home next, I'd say River. Okay, so y'all stay with me. We're going to be coming together each and every week and reviewing the show. If you want to keep this going, then let me know down in the comments section. Let me know what your predictions are. So far, my favorite players are Chloe, Terralisha, and Trevor. I think I more so like Trevor because I like the person that Delisha is as a real person. Like if she was just playing her, I think I would like her much better. But I don't know. I think she's still cool. So we'll see how it goes. My least favorite players are River and Courtney. I don't like Courtney or Emily. Those are my three least favorite players. And of course, Lance/Lance's assistant. So y'all sound off down in the comments and tell me what you think. We've seen the first 4 episodes, and this is the review for episodes 1 through 4. They're doing them in sections. So we have the first 4 episodes now. The next 4 will be next Wednesday, and so on and so forth. Thank you guys for listening and or watching. And if I had to, before I go, I want to predict that the person who will win the circle will be Trevor. For some reason, I feel like she is kind of sliding under the radar, and she has that I'm cool with everybody vibe, and she's not really ruffling any feathers. So I feel like based on her personality and what she's putting forth, I think that she will be the winner of the circle for season 2. We will reconvene here next Wednesday so we can talk about the next 4 episodes. And you guys put your predictions down below. As always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.